Hey guys, we just filmed an insanely long video about books, so if you...
It'll probably get posted tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know which one's gonna be which, but
which is Thursday.
Bear with us through that one, you'll like this one. We're actually taking a 90s opinion tag quiz. I'm not sure where this came from. I just found it when I was Googling 90s stuff. First question.
Cool.
Did you prefer NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
Oh, that's really hard because...
No.
I think that I went through like a huge Backstreet Boys phase because I liked Kevin, but now as I guess more of an adult, I definitely prefer NSYNC songs over the Backstreet Boys.
I loved NSYNC.
But at the time, I loved Backstreet Boys way more. Britney or Christina?
Britney.
Yeah, definitely Britney. Christina's songs, some of them are okay, but I just liked Britney better. And I really want so badly for Britney to like rise up out of the ashes and be successful.
Yes.
Despite
like
the crazy. What's your favorite Britney song? Right?
I love that. Like, Lucky, is that it?
Yeah, isn't she lovely?
No, that's Wonder.
That's a whole different song. That's Isn't She Lovely?
That's what you just said.
Yeah, it's a line in.
No.
Because then it's like, and they say she's so lucky, she's a star. But this.
Yes, but what you just said was not the same thing.
After this, I'm going to prove it to you.
What's your favorite Britney song?
Well, I always get the circus song stuck in my head. I hate that song.
I love her new song, like the Ooh La La song, but I didn't think that counted because it's not in the 90s.
Yeah. But, well, the circus isn't, but all I know is like, circus. I don't actually know any of the words.
Clearly.
But my favorite Britney song ever is definitely Oops, I Did It Again.
That is so good. Classic Britney.
That is my jam. Next, what was your favorite Nickelodeon cartoon in the 90s?
I didn't have Nickelodeon in the 90s, so I don't have one.
You know, I liked like Doug and Rocko's Modern Life and all of those, but like now I've watched them. They re-put them all recently on Netflix and Amazon Prime, and I'm kind of like, meh.
I watched Doug when I was little, so I guess by default that's my favorite.
Does Face count as my favorite Nickelodeon cartoon? You know,
I don't know,
face he was just a face that was the
commercials.
commercials.
I know what Face is. Yeah,
I think
that does not count.
I think Face is
that doesn't count.
Well, fine. Okay.
Alyssa's terrible at this.
I guess if I have to pick one, I guess Doug. But I'm not passionate about it. Okay. What is your favorite Nickelodeon game show of the 90s?
I didn't have Nickelodeon as a child. I don't know.
Okay. Well, then I'll give you another one. What was your favorite cartoon of the 90s?
Were Transformers in the 90s?
I think so. I think it was like 80s and 90s.
I watched a lot of Transformers when I was a kid.
I can't believe you didn't say like Care Bears or Strawberry Shortcake.
I used to watch Care Bears all the time, but I don't think that was 90s. I think that was 80s.
Well,
I watched the crap out of the Care Bears.
We might have to make this 80s/90s tag because we don't know what decade anything was in.
Hashtag childhood.
Yeah. My favorite was not a Nickelodeon either. It was Punky Brewster when it was a cartoon.
Oh, I love Punky Brewster. One year I was Punky Brewster for Halloween and I cried when I saw pictures of myself.
With the weird animal thing.
It was kind of like a pop-up.
Yeah, the pop-ums. If you know what we're talking about, put it in the comments below because we don't know the name of it.
It's Pop-ums, I'm almost positive.
See, I feel like it's Pop-Pals. We're going to look it up after this video is over.
I'll leave it in the doobly-doo.
Favorite Nickelodeon game show. Okay, since your show doesn't know, I guess
that one where everybody got slimed.
Double Dare?
Sure.
Double Dare was... I like Double Dare. Mainly because I like Mark Summers. Global Guts was mostly boring, but it was also one of those things when it was on TV, like you couldn't take your eyes off of it. And Legends of the Hidden Temple. I actually probably think mine's Double Dare,
too. You know what
my
favorite game show of the 90s was?
Where in the World's Crime San Diego. That's my actual... I think I liked PBS in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. I loved PBS.
Freaking Wishbone was amazing. Where in the World's Carmen San Diego was amazing.
I have Where in the World is Carmen San Diego coming on Netflix discs.
I'm about to say it. They have that?
On disc, yeah.
Wait, is it the cartoon of it, though? Or
it's
is it
like
the actual
the one
game
from the
show?
90s.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing when I get home.
Not watching that because it's on disc, not instant play.
We're going to have a conversation after this. We're going to have a lot of conversations after this video is over. Which had better TV shows, Snick or TGIF?
TGIF.
Okay, now...
Even though I didn't have Snick,
now,
TGIF was where it was at.
I'm a little confused about because I know Snick was like Kenan and Kel and all that, which I loved all that, and I liked Kenan and Kel. My favorite, like, 90s TV show on Nickelodeon was Salute Your Shorts, but I don't think that was
Clarissa Explains It All? Where was that?
That was Nickelodeon.
I love
That's a good
Clarissa.
one.
Yeah, I have
Blossom, I think was Blossom ever TGIF?
I don't know. It just had Joey Lawrence in it, and I was like,
Alf. Where was Alf at?
Oh, gosh, I don't know, but Alf was amazing. Alf was so good. But Family Matters and Full House.
Oh, yeah. I think TGIF was, like, amazing. Yeah, it was
TGIF was so good.
Family Matters, Full House,
oh,
Step by Step.
Step by Step. That's what I was thinking about, yeah.
Perfect Strangers. Valky. All good.
Yeah.
If you know what we're talking about, leave comments. How many Beanie Babies did you own, and which were your favorites?
I had a bunch, but I got them like my family didn't have a lot of money when we were growing up. Like,
Mine didn't. They just spent it irresponsibly.
And I didn't have Beanie Babies for a really long time. Like, I was like, probably when Beanie Babies were going out, that's when like I was allowed to have some.
Yeah, I was a little bit in the same boat.
I don't know who my favorite one was. I think I had the Princess Diana bear though.
What? That's cool.
Yeah.
My first one I ever bought, were two, was Ears the bunny. I think he's probably my all-time favorite Beanie Bunny, just because rabbits are my favorite animal. And then the raccoon, whose name escapes me. But my other favorite one was Inch the worm. That was like a rainbow.
I did like Inch the worm.
And then
I had a McDonald's mini one of Inch.
And Logan Morrison spilled hot glue on him, and I was like devastated. And I also liked the ladybug. Yeah, and my favorite was when McDonald's did them.
Yeah,
I had to have like the entire thing.
I still have all of those.
Because we could afford Happy Meals. We just couldn't afford real Beanie Babies. And I owned like
I don't know how many I had.
Like
it was
an
a bunch.
Embarrassing amount, like 60. I still have all of them.
I didn't have that many
without tags, because at the time we didn't know. I mean, I don't think they're that valuable now, but they claim they're more valuable with the tags. I ripped them off. I mean, I was like 9 or 10 or 14. Anyway,
yeah, 22.
Yeah, I was like last year. Did you own a virtual pet, Gigapet, Tamagotchi, etc.?
I did have a Tamagotchi, but again, I kind of got on that bandwagon late. I was like probably too old to have actually owned a Tamagotchi.
Or should own one.
Yeah. But they recently had a Tamagotchi app, and I got it for my phone, but it was really underwhelming. It wasn't that good.
I didn't know about that. But if you didn't like it, I probably wouldn't either. I did not have a Tamagotchi that I know of. I think my sister did. But we had Gigapets. I don't remember what. I want to say they were just like dogs or cats or something.
I might have had a Gigapet too.
But ours died like constantly because
mine were all the time dying.
We're responsible.
I had a monkey. What? Yeah, I don't know if that was a Tamagotchi or a Gigapet, but I had a monkey one.
No fair. The next one. What was your favorite video game system and your favorite game for it?
Throw it back to the Atari, because we had that for a really long time.
I always forget about Atari.
Atari time, and I used to love to play Space Invaders and Frogger on that, but
I never had an Atari.
I love original Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers 3, because Super Mario Brothers 3 had Underwater World and turned into a raccoon, and it was the best.
I liked Game Boy with Tetris, but my all-time favorite was original Nintendo that came with the disc that had either Duck Hunt or
Super Mario Brothers.
The very first Super Mario Brothers. That's my all-time favorite.
I did love Duck Hunt, but
because it's the only
Super Mario Brothers 3 is where it was.
The only game I'm any good at. I also liked, my babysitter got a Super Nintendo, like the very first one that came out, and had Mario Kart, and I thought that was really awesome. But I didn't own it myself. What was the best Disney movie of the 90s?
Oh,
that is really hard. Oh my gosh.
Was Beauty and the Beast 90s?
Yeah.
Was Aladdin 90s?
Yeah.
Was Little Mermaid 90s?
Yes. Like that whole genre of like the really...
It was kind of like their heyday a little bit. Like it was like their comeback.
The Alan Menken Disney
it was like
movies.
All of the like original really
great
things.
It's also really confusing because also in the 90s... Well, maybe it was late 80s. Like, a lot of the classics were re-put out. Like,
yeah, they re-released a lot of the classics
101 Dalmatians I saw in the movie theater. Snow White.
I did see Snow White in the theater.
Company, I feel like, was
Hercules was in the 90s. I love Hercules.
Yeah, it was like late 90s or early 2000s, I think.
I'm going to have to go with...
I know, it's so hard. I guess...
Maybe Beauty and the Beast?
I guess if I had to pick
one. That Angela Lansbury, right?
Yeah. Well, Beauty and the Beast just has really good music.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, and that awesome library.
It's closely followed by The Little Mermaid and
Aladdin and Hercules and all those other 90s ones.
Agreed. Which world event affected you the most in the 90s? Okay, I'm really gonna answer for this. It's really stupid.
Go ahead and say it.
Okay. So I realized that, like, a lot of important things happened in the 90s. What year did Princess Diana die? Was that 90s or early 2000s?
I think that was early 2000s.
Okay, well, that's not what I was going to say anyway. I was going to talk about O.J. Simpson.
Oh, that, yes. It was so dramatic in our middle school. It was like people had chosen sides.
Yes.
And there was like,
people
we
like
watched stuff on the internet. Like, not on the internet. We didn't have the internet in the 90s in our school.
It was on television.
But it was on television all the time. And we watched it every single day. And people were like, are you team OJ? So we didn't have teams. They'd be like, you think OJ's innocent? You think OJ's guilty? And if you were like, I think OJ's guilty, they were like, we hate you. We hate you.
Yeah, either side, you were on the wrong side.
It was
well,
so
and then
bad.
I very specifically remember watching the white Bronco chase. My mom, like, my grandmother is the very same way. Like, when Anna Nicole Smith died, or Princess Diana, or any of these, like, big kind of more entertainment kind of things, they're, like, glued to the TV. And so my mom and dad watched, this is how long ago it was when my parents were together, so it was like a hot minute.
5th grade, yeah.
Long time ago. But I remember them in, like, all of our family in the bedroom watching their, like, little teeny 80s TV that everybody had. And I mean, like, you know, the TV itself was like this thick, but the screen was like this big. But we were watching the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase live as it happened. And I can remember sitting on the bed just being, like, riveted by watching the police chase this white Bronco and trying to find out what they were going to do. And that is, like, I mean, I have a lot of other, like, pretty specific memories, like September 11th, you know, and
that was
things.
2000.
No, I'm just saying, like, in general. And, like, when Princess Diana died, I watched, you know, the TV for days and days. But, like, that one in particular of that time period, yeah, I think everybody did. I was just, like, glued to the television as a kid watching the O.J. Simpson stuff. And same for the trial. Anytime anything from the trial was on, I was just like, it was totally age inappropriate, but...
Well, and I also feel like maybe that was, like, the most famous thing that had happened, like, the biggest deal, and it was everywhere all the time, and it was in the newspapers.
For our childhood, I mean, there was, like, the, like, nuclear issues and, like, government things, but as a kid, like, you don't necessarily, unless it's something really, really huge, you're kind of like, eh.
Also, this is really early 90s, but, like, when the Berlin Wall came down, I remember that there was a Chipmunk special about it.
What?
Yeah, and they, like, sang this. It was this really dramatic video because movies in the 80s and 90s were super dramatic.
I'm gonna text myself to look this up later.
But, like, I can remember, and there was this, like, little boy, and he was telling the story about how, like, his sister was on one side of the wall and he was on the other side when it was built, and they could never see each other, and they were so excited because the wall was coming down, and the Chipmunks were singing about it. So, that was also a pretty, like, and I have very few memories of that because I was, like, 5 when this came on. But I remember being like, holy crap, this is like the Chipmunks are singing about Nazis in Germany.
I don't remember this at all.
I might have made it up. It might have been a dream, but I don't think so. Kind of like that episode of Scrooge McDuck with the Hounds of the Baskervilles, and you didn't believe that was real.
That is my favorite episode. When I went back and rewatched it, I was like...
All right, are there any more questions?
Nope.
That was it. So this one's only 13 minutes, so yay, it's even longer tomorrow. Get excited. I don't know that I'm going to post these questions down below, but feel free to answer any of these questions.
Just tell us about the 90s.
That's right. Tell us what you loved about it.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.